back, everyone, and thanks again for being with us here on KXAN News at 4. We're showing you a live look right now from the Austin weather camera there, showing clouds and yet another hot day in central Texas. We are 18 days now into hurricane season, so far the Atlantic has been pretty quiet out there. Meteorologist Tommy House is joining us, and Tommy, while the Atlantic might be quiet, the Pacific has had a little bit more action.
Yeah, they're on their 5th named storm. Eric's the name of that. But the Atlantic, like you said, we're now a few weeks into the hurricane season. There's nothing to show for it. The past 10 years, 7 of those 10 have had at least one named storm in the Atlantic. I know we still have at least a week and a half to go before the month wraps up. If we see any sort of new disturbances or developments, we'll let you know. But the Atlantic, through the next 7 days, according to the National Hurricane Center, no issues. Now in the eastern Pacific, we're keeping an eye on Eric, which is a Category 2 now. Max winds sustained at 110 miles per hour. Look at the rapidly intensifying eye wall as it continues to strengthen and move toward Mexico. Here's the latest cone. It's expected to be a Cat 3 before arrival, but quickly weakening to a tropical storm by tomorrow afternoon, and then by your early Friday morning. This is just a cluster of thunderstorms through the middle half of the country. Looking at the Atlantic Basin, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration forecasts 13 to 19 named storms this year, which is still a more aggressive outlook compared to our normal average, which is 14. Of those, hurricanes 6 to 10, major, which is Category 3 or greater, 3 to 5. We only average 3 of those per year. And the first name would be Andrea. Now, between June, July, and August, this is when we see in our area, which is the Gulf, the Northern Caribbean, and western portions of the Atlantic coast, the highest chance to see any sort of tropical activity. And here are the names. We go from Barry all the way down to Karen, and then closing out toward Van and Wendy, wrapping up. Hopefully we don't reach those names, but we have more on KXAN.com talking about not only the reasons why we haven't had a strong start to the Atlantic hurricane season, and there's also attachments there to discuss the forecast of how many storms are expected to be named. And our own Christopher Adams has a updated tropical tracker, so if we see any sort of new storms, we'll let you know firsthand. That's KXAN.com. All right, back to your forecast right now. This is here in Texas in our eastern portions of the Lone Star State. There are a few rounds of some showers and thunderstorms away from our area. We just have a few puffy clouds at the moment. This is from our Westlake Lorenz and Lorenz camera. Nice blue sky. You can see the green there on the horizon. 96, it's a hot one. You factor in the dew point, the humidity, the feel like 102 degrees. Breezy, winds out of the south gusting up to 30 miles per hour. All right, here's your evening planner. By 9 p.m. down to 85 degrees, and then we'll see increasing clouds heading out the door with our winds subsiding from 30 miles per hour overnight tonight, heading off into your Thursday. Thursday won't be nearly as breezy as this afternoon. Starting off your morning tomorrow with our temperatures widespread in the 70s, upper 70s in the Austin area, 77 in Lockhart, 75 in Georgetown, lower 70s out toward the Hill Country, 71 in Mason. Could see an afternoon widely scattered shower or storm. Best chance is going to be east of I-35, closer to Milam Lee and Fayette County. 10% rain chance farther out west toward Llano, San Saba, and Gillespie. These would be between, let's say, 3 and 7 p.m. from some daytime heating. Here are the high temperatures for your Thursday. 96 in Austin, 95 in Georgetown, 91 in Cameron, 91 in Blanco, 94 degrees in Llano. Let's put a picture to these widely scattered shower storm potential. So this is as of this evening. Could see a 10% shower there, but I think most of us will be staying dry. Increasing clouds for your Thursday, mostly cloudy to abundant sunshine by the afternoon. High resolution models trying to put a thunderstorm from LaGrange up toward Milam and portions of Williamson County through the evening hours. Why are we seeing a little bit more rain coverage tomorrow compared to today? Well, the high pressure that's been out to our west will quickly move to the north and east with a clockwise flow. That's where we could be seeing from the upper levels from our north a disturbance that will spark up a few storms. Then that high pressure will kick up farther east, which will bring some 90s and even maybe triple digits for the East Coast. So that's unseasonable heat for that area of the country. Beyond Friday, back down to 10% through the weekend, and then we bring a restart by next Wednesday of more showers and storms back in the forecast with our temperatures pretty much a copy and paste there. 96 through Monday, dropping off to 95 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Normal high is 94 for this time of year. All right, here's your KXAN first warning weather 7-day forecast. It's a typical June 7 days here in the Austin area. Could see a scattered shower or a thunderstorm today and tomorrow. Rain chance drops down to 10% by the weekend.